So this morning I'm going through my notifications and I made a comment on the Magic Preppers, one of his videos, because a lady had made a comment asking about, gold and silver, if precious metals are worth it. And this morning, as you can see, I got a rabbit here with me that I'm selling, and I thought this would be a great time to kind of share my thoughts with you. And as you can probably imagine, there was a lot of negative things that people had to say. I'll just leave the comments right here for you. So I just dropped a rabbit off to his new home, and I delivered him to a place that my parents used to take when I was younger, so I thought I'd show you guys. Isn't it gorgeous? You probably couldn't hear what I said earlier, but that's a place on the coast my parents used to take me to when I was a kid. So it was pretty cool to deliver a rabbit there and get to see all the rock faces, the ocean, all the different topography. It was a pretty awesome thing. I really enjoy rehoming my rabbits because I know that is one connection that I make. That's one person that's one step closer to food sovereignty, and that's one person that's one step closer to overall sustainability. So it's really awesome to be able to do that, and it's something that I really enjoy because it's something that I really believe in. So, to caveat off this topic would be precious metals, silver, gold especially, and this is why. There may come a time, and this is no surprise to anybody that has any degree of sensibility, there may come a time where our fiat currency isn't worth the paper it's printed on. So with that being a possible reality, and a reality that's so many other nations have faced, we got to make sure that we haven't hedged and that we're protecting ourselves and insulating ourselves from this reality. And precious metals, I believe, is one of the best ways we can do that. Now notice I said one of the best ways, because I truly believe the best way to insulate ourselves from this reality is by being prepared, by being independent, by growing our own food, by making sure we have our own independent water sources, by making sure we can produce our own energy and power. That is how I believe is the best way to insulate ourselves. But it doesn't hurt to have a form of currency that can be leveraged to get the items that you need. And in reality, that's what Americans do every single day, because Americans every single day buy things. We live in a system where our labor is traded for a fiat currency into which we buy things with. So keeping that in mind, there's always going to be a medium of exchange. And I believe precious metals are one of the best ways to go about that medium of exchange. So let's talk about medium exchange for a second. Medium of exchange is super important when we're talking and having these conversations. And for the real reason is because we need some kind of commodity that is going to allow us to do multifaceted transactions, okay? What does that mean? Well, the problem with barter a lot of the time is you're trading one item for another item, and it may work for one person, but it may not work for another. Let me give you an example. Most people think water filters, candles, alcohol, stale tobacco. If you're the Canadian prepper, bug spray, wool blankets, Bic lighters. These are all common things that people are like, oh, this is the great barter item for the end of the world. Everyone's going to want that. Okay? Some people may want that. And the kind of people that are going to want those items are going to be people that are probably going to be less prepared than you. So what they actually have to a value for you, really beyond me. But let's say I find somebody that wants, for example, what I got a lot of livestock, right? Chickens, ducks, turkeys, cows, pigs, rabbits, quail, you name it. So somebody may want that in exchange for something else, whether that's a service, whether that's a good. People can see the value in having a chicken, Yeah, I want that chicken. But not everybody's going to want that chicken. There's going to be some people that, maybe I need some, maybe I have some electrical work that I'm wanting done on my DIY, off-grid battery bank, solar battery bank system. And I know an electrician. Let's say he has a flock of chickens. Chances are he's not going to want to come over and, be paid in chicken because he has a lot of chicken. So I better have something else that is going to be widely accepted that he would want to engage in commerce with me. Okay. And that is why having, a commodity that has, a high acceptance, mean of exchange is important. And today, our currency is our mean of exchange that's widely acceptable. Okay. So, for example, let's take today. Today, went out, sold a rabbit. This is what she gave me. $50 fiat currency banknote. That is how much one of my rabbits is worth. And I will gladly accept this fiat currency because as of today, the 16th of July, 2020, I can do something with it. It has purchasing power. It's widely acceptable anywhere I go. Pretty much everybody will accept my fiat currency right now. But you know what else I'll accept? Silver, precious metals. So this $50 banknote has value because it's widely acceptable. This 3 ounces of bullion silver also is widely acceptable. And depending on the day, denotes the same amount of worth as this $50 bill. In fact, this has maybe a little less. I mean, it's worth a little more, than the $50 banknote, depending on what you got. Today, according to today, from what I'm seeing, this is worth approximately $19 an ounce. So this is worth, a little bit more, considerably more than just the $50 banknote. But, like I said, I would be willing to exchange a rabbit for 3 ounces of silver. And I can tell you, no matter what happens tomorrow, no matter what happens to the economy, no matter what happens, at the end of the day, I will always accept your silver and your precious metals. Because this has intrinsic value. There's no place in history that I've found, and if you have found it, please let me know, found where precious metals were not widely acceptable or not, there was every time in history where precious metals had no worth. I can't find one, and if you can, let me know. But with the economy, the worse the economy gets, the more these banknotes are deflated in value, or inflated, I should say. The less they're worth, the more this is worth. Okay? And so when you're talking about a good medium of exchange, you have to ask yourself, what are you willing to accept? Because most people will accept as many fiat currency banknotes as they can get their hands on. Especially today, I don't blame you. If somebody says they're going to give you more of this for an item, you're going to say, okay. Okay, great. I'll take it. The same with precious metal. Silver. Most people, if you are going to give them more of it, they are going to take it. They are going to accept it. They are going to want more of it. Can't say the same for candles. Can't really say the same for water filters. Can't say the same for coffee. Can't say the same for tobacco, alcohol. Most people, if you offer to get, if they are going to say no, right? If they're going to say, for example, I want your 50-pound bag of rice, I'm willing to give you 50 candles, so 1 candle a pound. They say no. Chances are they're not saying no because they want more candles. They're saying no because I don't want your candles. That is not a medium of exchange that's worth having for me, right? That's what it comes down to. Because with money, chances are you can just keep adding a little bit more money, and it's you haven't reached my threshold yet because I want the money. You're just not there yet. For bug spray, Canadian Prepper,
I doubt people are going to say, yeah, give me 100 cans of bug spray and I'll give you my 50-pound bag of rice. It seems like a great deal. Everybody's mileage may vary. Some people may. But when you're talking about medium exchange, that's what we're talking about. If you are offering something to somebody and they're saying no, and they keep saying no, chances are it's not because you haven't reached that limit. It's because they're just not interested. That is not a medium exchange that has any value to them, right? And so that's why it's really important to understand what's a good medium exchange, understand why you're making that exchange. Because no matter what, tomorrow, come hail or high water, I'll take it. I won't take your fiat currency banknotes tomorrow. I may not take them. I'll take your silver. And so, obviously, like I said, everybody's mileage may vary, but I want you to really think, would you accept, if you are one of these people that are never precious metalers, and I'm not here to change your mind, trust me, I can care less. This video is for people that are actually using common sense. If you are one of these people that believes that candles are a great medium exchange for bartering, are you willing to be paid in candles? Because if you're not willing to be paid in candles for your goods, then you're full of it. You're full of crap. That's what you are. Because I can tell you, I'm willing to accept silver, and I'm willing to accept as much of it as you want to give me, and I will take more silver, and you can keep giving me silver, and I'll keep taking your silver. I will. I mean, it's like money. You want to give me more money? I'll take it. You want to give me more silver? I'll take it. You want to give me more gold? I'll take it. But I don't want your coffee. I don't want your filters, water filters. I don't want your bug spray, Canadian Prepper. I don't want your wool blankets. I don't want that stuff. But this, I'll take. I may not always take this. I will always take this, though. I'll take it. So, like I said, ask yourself and go through that exercise. If you really believe wool blankets, you really believe candles, if you really believe bug spray, if you really believe alcohol, if you really believe tobacco, if you really believe all these things, coffee, Bic lighters, matches, if you really believe these have intrinsic value, then you should be willing to trade your goods for them. You should actually be happy to get more of them. And if you're not, then you're being very dishonest with yourself. You are. Because I'm being honest. Like I said, give me more. I'll take it. I'll keep taking it. Absolutely. But if you're not willing to do that, like I said, you're probably feeling that way because you don't really believe it has intrinsic value. So why you would state and why that you would tell people that they just have to stockpile these items and they'll be okay is really beyond me. Because at the end of the day, the best scenario and the best way to go about this would be to know who your food guy is going to be. Your power guy, water guy, whatever services you think you may need, to now, while you can, communicate and find these people and see what it is they really want. See what it is that they are willing to trade. See what it is that you are willing to, what kind of arrangement you're willing to make and have beforehand. Because if you think you're just going to go to this off-grid, end-of-the-world swap meet and you're going to look at the guy with the chicken and say, you know what? Give me a couple of your chickens there. I'll trade you 2 Sawyer water filters and a couple Bic lighters. What do you say, man? Really? So use common sense, Would you accept that item for your stuff? And the answer is no. Chances are that's probably not the best medium of exchange. I mean, think about it. Right now, you have no problem accepting fiat currency because it's backed by something, because you can intrinsically do something with it. Why should that standard change just because we're, in a grid down situation? Like, why should it change? Really? See, it makes no sense. So I hope this was a little bit eye-opening for you. Like I said, there's always going to be those never precious metalers, and I get it, and that's fine. And I don't really care because 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be the person that's going to have what I need anyway. At my level of preparedness, I doubt there's a whole lot that you're going to be able to offer me that is going to, that's going to make me want to engage in commerce with you anyway. Because like I said, I don't want any of those aforementioned. And I'm sure the food and the stuff that you do have has extremely high value to you because you're not producing anything. You're liquidating assets. We'll talk about that here in a minute. I want to do another video just on that alone. But there you have it, guys. Use common sense, use reality. And the best thing you can do, like I said before, is find these people that you plan on engaging with. Find out who the people are and identify who people are that you can get the resources that you think that you're going to need from them, and find out what they want. Because I can tell you, everybody I've talked to around here, everybody out here in this rustic country here, today they're willing to accept both. Tomorrow, they may only accept this. So it's good to have this on hand. And like I said, this is a good medium of exchange. This is a good, like with anything else, it's a good way to get what you need and a great way to get paid for your services, your labor, your time. So there you have it. If you guys like the video, leave me a comment in the comment section below. You know, like the video, whatever, share it with your friends. And especially if you don't like the video, tell me why. If you think I'm completely wrong and full of it, tell me why. You know, I'll see my videos and sometimes they'll have some thumbs down, and nobody tells me why they thumbed it down. I want to know. I want to know. This is how we get better. You know, we engage with each other, we talk with each other, and we throw these ideas out. But, you know, I really want to know if you think that I'm completely full of it. Tell me why. You know, if you think that you found this ultimate commodity that you're willing to take and I should take too, let me know. I'm interested. That's how we get better. Hope you guys like the video. I'll also leave some links down to some articles I wrote for the Prepper Journal that goes way more into depth with bartering and, you know, off-grid economies and stuff. It's something that, you know, it's a very intriguing part of, if I have to think about without rule of law, this is one of the things I really like to think about, because it's so nuanced, and, you know, it's a reality that if we do face, you better have it kind of figured out. So hope you guys like the video, and as always, long live the Republic.